it looks like something from another planet, but this isn't science fiction. These creatures are real. They're called bioluminescent animals, and they can create their own light, from microscopic organisms that make entire waves glow, to fish carrying glowing lures, to strange creatures living thousands of feet beneath the surface. Earth is filled with animals that have evolved one of nature's most incredible abilities. So turn off the lights and let's enter the glowing world of bioluminescent animals. What is bioluminescence? Bioluminescence is the production of light by a living organism. Many bioluminescent creatures create light through a chemical reaction involving a molecule called luciferin and an enzyme called luciferase. When these chemicals react, energy is released as light. It's basically a biological light show happening inside an animal's body, and bioluminescence has evolved independently in many different groups of organisms, but nowhere is it more spectacular than in the deep ocean. The ocean's midnight zone. As you descend into the ocean, sunlight gradually disappears. Eventually, you reach a region known as the midnight zone. Here, sunlight doesn't reach at all. There is no sunrise, no sunset, no natural daylight, yet somehow the darkness is filled with light. Tiny flashes appear in the distance. Glowing dots drift through the water. Some creatures pulse with light, others flash suddenly and disappear. For many deep-sea animals, bioluminescence isn't just beautiful, it's survival. The anglerfish. One of the most famous examples is the anglerfish. It has a huge mouth, terrifying teeth, and a glowing lure hanging above its head. But that glowing light isn't a flashlight, it's bait. The anglerfish uses its glowing lure to attract prey in the darkness. Imagine being a small fish swimming through an endless black ocean. You see a tiny light in the distance. You swim toward it, and suddenly, snap. The anglerfish's enormous mouth opens, and you're gone. Even stranger, the light can come from bioluminescent bacteria living inside specialized organs. The fish essentially carries around a living flashlight. Fireflies. You don't have to travel to the bottom of the ocean to see bioluminescence. You can find it in your own backyard. Fireflies produce light through a chemical reaction in their bodies, and their flashing isn't random. For many species, males use specific flashing patterns to attract females. The females watch from nearby vegetation and respond with their own flashes. It's essentially a conversation, written entirely in light. Some species can even synchronize their flashes, creating the incredible sight of thousands of insects blinking together. When the ocean glows. Now imagine standing on a beach at night. A wave crashes against the shore, and suddenly the water glows blue. You step into the ocean. Your feet create glowing trails. You move your hand through the water, and tiny sparks appear around your fingers. This can happen because of microscopic organisms called dinoflagellates. When disturbed by waves, swimming animals, or even your movements, they can produce flashes of blue light. Sometimes huge areas of ocean can glow. From above, some large bioluminescent events have even been detected by satellites. Tiny organisms creating a light show visible from space. The vampire squid. Despite its terrifying name, the vampire squid isn't a bloodthirsty monster. It lives in the deep ocean where sunlight barely exists, and it has an incredible defense mechanism. When threatened, it can release glowing particles into the surrounding water. Imagine chasing something through total darkness. Suddenly, the creature disappears, and a cloud of glowing material appears. produce light. Its glowing underside can help camouflage it from predators looking upward. This technique is called counter-illumination. Instead of appearing as a dark silhouette against the faint light filtering down from the surface, the shark can blend into the background. It's camouflage made from light. The dragonfish. Then there's the dragonfish. This deep-sea predator has enormous teeth and a body adapted for life in darkness. Some species can produce red light. That may sound strange because red light doesn't travel very far underwater, but that's exactly what makes it useful. Many deep-sea animals have limited ability to see red light, so the dragonfish may essentially have a secret flashlight that helps it find prey without being as easily detected. Imagine carrying a flashlight that only you can see. That's the advantage of producing light your prey may not notice. Why do animals glow? Bioluminescence has many different purposes. Some animals use it to hunt, some use it to hide, some use it to communicate, others use it to attract mates, and some use it to confuse predators. In the deep ocean, where there are almost no visual landmarks, light becomes incredibly valuable. A flash can be a warning, a glow can be a lure, a pattern can be a mating signal, and a sudden burst of light can give a predator just enough confusion for an animal to escape. In the darkness, light becomes language. Bioluminescence versus fluorescence. There's one important distinction. Bioluminescence and fluorescence aren't the same thing. Bioluminescence creates light through a chemical reaction inside a living organism. Fluorescence works differently. A fluorescent organism absorbs incoming light and then emits light at another wavelength. So something glowing under ultraviolet light isn't necessarily bioluminescent. Bioluminescent organisms actually produce their own light. A world of living light. The strangest thing about bioluminescence may not be that animals can glow, it's that they can use light as a tool. They can use it to hunt, to hide, to communicate, to attract mates, to frighten predators, and sometimes to trick them. The deep ocean may look like an empty black void from the surface, but it's anything but empty. It's filled with creatures producing flashes, pulses, sparks, and glowing signals. Create their own light. A fish carries a glowing lure. A squid releases glowing decoys. A shark uses light as camouflage. Tiny organisms turn waves blue, and fireflies communicate across summer nights with flashes of light. Bioluminescence is a reminder that our